My name is Samuel Herb. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida originally, but I've lived in Nashville since 2016. My music is a little bit of everything and whatever I want to write that day, but typically it falls into the indie folk department. Sometimes there's electric guitars if I'm feeling a little angry, sometimes there's horns if I'm feeling a little happy, and sometimes it's just me and an acoustic guitar if I'm feeling a little emotional. When people ask me about my music specifically, I tell them all the time, like, I don't play music because I love music, and that is a very tough answer for some people. I play music because I am a silly, goofy guy, and I say funny things and I do funny things all the time. When I'm on stage in between songs, I tell jokes, and that is my way of coping with the world. But music is the one time that I get to take myself like incredibly seriously and write how I actually feel and say what I actually mean, and like using my body and to scream that while singing is my way to do that. It's the same feeling that people get when they roll down the windows in the car and scream their favorite song. I just get to do that with something that I felt, and I hope that other people can scream with me. That's why I play music. I've always been a fan of lyrics more than I've been a fan of the music. It took moving to Nashville for me to understand like how music can also invoke feeling, because I've always felt music through lyrics. And that's what I want people to know about my music in general is like, if you listen to what I'm saying first, then not that the music's an afterthought, because I have many talented people that I work with to bring my songs to life and invoke the emotion that I'm trying to portray through the lyric. That was my therapy, was just writing how I felt, and again giving myself a chance to be serious about how I'm feeling and what I'm feeling it about. Music is it's a mental health release. Green spaces are important because I think that the silence is important. We're out in the hustle and bustle of the world all day, every day, and getting out here, you know, I can hear myself think. And I think that if more people took the time to help themselves think and actually hear themselves, they might like what they find. Or they might be really scared, but you know, at least they'll find out something new. I think music and nature kind of go hand in hand for several reasons. I mean, the guitar that I play is made out of nature. And it's a mix between nature and people coming together to create something that's very beautiful. I also follow those channels on TikTok that plug their machines into trees and you hear the sounds of the tree, which is very, very interesting to me, although clearing your head out in nature is an amazing thing. It's kind of, I've written songs about it. My song To the Trees is about going out in nature and just talking to the trees and hoping they don't tell any of your secrets to people. So I really wrote it, and then I thought it would be funny to say, how would a person react if a tree was telling them my secrets? So I started planting trees in January of 2020. It was just after the wildfires in Australia, and it's because my song, Just a Tree, was coming out, and I had decided that I was going to donate a tree to be planted through an organization called One Tree Planted for every 1,000 streams I got on the song. This initiative is it's important to me for several reasons. Mostly, I just love trees and nature, and we should have more of them. We cut down trees, we should replace them. Part of being a nice Jewish boy is tikkun olam, which means to repair the world. And so I took that way too literally. And so so far I've donated 2,000 trees to be planted. So for every 1,000 streams on any of my songs, it initially just started with Just a Tree, and now any of my songs on any platform, if you listen to them, once that song hits 1,000 streams, it just tallies up and I plant another tree. And then for every piece of merchandise I sell at my merch table or on my website, I also donate a tree to be planted. If other artists or anyone really wanted to jump on board and plant some trees, it's through onetreeplanted.org, and you can donate them in several different countries. They have a button that's called Where It's Needed Most, and I just think that's the appropriate button for the world, is where it's needed most. And I think that every independent artist should find something that they care about or something that means something to them in order to give back. We don't make very much from streaming, and that's a well-known fact. But if any of us would sign a record deal, then the record label couldn't take that away because we will have built a fan base on something that we collectively care about. Both the artists and the fans are most likely going to care about similar things, and so the record label will have no choice but to just make it bigger. I pride myself on being the person, if you run your car into a ditch, like me personally, I pride myself on being the first call on a lot of people's phones to come get them out of that ditch. And I think that's what being a good neighbor is just being there when people need it, regardless of how well you know that neighbor. Secrets to the trees, yeah, when I feel like no one's listening, I'm telling all my secrets to the trees.